Shields up, Ironbreakers. Today we're going to be checking out the nominations for the Game Awards of 2023. I didn't really have a chance to catch this live yesterday as I had a doctor's appointment with my son, but I figured I would watch the video now, give you guys my opinions on all of the nominations for the Game of the Year awards. I expect this to be a pretty tight race this year because it was a phenomenal year when it comes to video games. I cannot stress that enough. I even had to write down like a little list of all the big major titles that I've played this year just to remind myself, because the last time I even referenced this in the video, I just forgot a lot of big games that I played. Like, I just forgot to mention Armored Core 6. Just totally not one of the most amazing games that came out this year. Baldur's Gate 3. Final Fantasy 16, friggin' Remnant 2, Tears of the Kingdom, Lords of the Fallen, Starfield, Spider-Man 2, Lies of P, Wayfinder. Bro, there's tons of really good games that came out this year. And, not all of them are obviously, not all of the games that I've played are worthy of being nominated for Game of the Year, but I hope that they nab some awards at the very least. Anyways, let's get this started. Let's see what Jeff Keighley has to tell us. 2023 nomination special. World premiere.
There have been so many great games in 2023.
Hells
and
yeah.
on Thursday, December 7th, we will celebrate the
December
best of the
7th,
best
I will be
at the 10th
hosting
Annual
this
Game Awards,
live in
streaming
my
live
channel,
everywhere
live
from
stream,
right here at
the whole
Peacock
thing.
Theater in Los Angeles.
So hopefully
I'm
you guys
Jeff
will join
Keighley,
me for
and
that.
It is finally time to reveal the nominees across more than 30 categories.
Okay, tell us, Keighley.
To help select the winners, you can vote in all categories starting now at thegameawards.com. This is going to be a very special TGA filled with new game announcements from teams around the world, and in the coming weeks we will have much more to share. But
Okay.
now I am honored to get to the task at hand. Here are the nominees as selected by our voting jury for the Game Awards 2023.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should clarify, because I feel like a lot of people don't actually understand, but these awards, because a lot of people think that Jeff Keighley chooses the awards, which I don't know. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is 100% above board. I don't know how the process is, but according to the stuff that they put on their website, the people that decide these awards are actually a bunch of different publications. I can actually show it to you guys because they have like the whole juries thing and whatnot. So if we go to the Game Awards, right, you can actually see FAQ, who nominates, when's the game, how are the nominees selected? See, the nominated jury of over 100 global media and influencer outlets. See, these are the people that actually determine who the nominees are. I mean, supposedly. So you got Digital Trends, Easy Allies. Giant Bomb has actually gone a little bit downhill ever since they got rid of Gerstmann. We have Game Informer, Entertainment Weekly, Game Ranks, Gamertag Radio, GameSpot. Oh, Jeff Gerstmann. This is a little weird. I don't know. I think this is a little awkward. I mean, I don't know how many people are aware of like Giant Bomb and Jeff Gerstmann or not. I follow Jeff, so yeah, Anyway, PC Gamer, Polygon, Touch Arcade, What's Good, Pride. There's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of publications throughout the world. But the situation is, what ends up happening is that because these people need to reach some kind of a consensus, this always ends up being more of a popularity contest than necessarily which one is the better game. But just be aware that this isn't just, assuming that everything is above board. This isn't just Jeff Keighley being like, oh, these are the Game of the Year award. These are the Game of the Year. Because a lot of people seem to have that misconception. But anyway, let's get to it.
For Best Performance, the nominees are Ben Starr as
Hells yeah! Let's go, baby! Clive! Let's go. That's it. He wins. It's that simple. Clive wins.
5, Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Monaghan as Cal Kestis, Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
He has a better performance than the game. I'm sorry. It's probably not that funny for you guys, but it's hilarious to me. Cameron Monaghan has a better performance than the game itself, because Cameron Monaghan can probably run at more than 20 FPS. No, but he has a pretty good performance. I did play Jedi Survivor. It's pretty good. The game itself is good. The problem is performance is terrible. I haven't played Cyberpunk, but I've heard very good things from the people that did. So Idris Elba
Elba
doesn't
as
really
Solomon
surprise
Reed,
me.
Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. Melanie Liebert as Saga Anderson,
I don't really
Alan Wake
play
2.
Alan Wake, so
Neil Newbon as Astarion, Baldur's Gate.
I hate you. I hate you. I should have staked you when I had a chance. No, in reality, this dude does an amazing performance, because if you can make me feel that strongly about a character in a video game, it means that you've done a fantastic performance. So yeah, it's a really good job on his part. Although I wish I could get some recognition for my waifu Karlak. All right.
3. And Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker, Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
That's pretty
For
good.
Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy IV.
Cyberpunk 2077? Best ongoing game? I guess it's because it's the support of the game. Usually I just look at ongoing game as more live service type stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Endwalker, though, friggin' awesome as far as I'm concerned.
14, Fortnite, Genshin Impact.
Gotcha Impact.
In the category of Best Multiplayer, presented by Discord,
Best
Baldur's
multiplayer.
Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals,
Party Animals.
Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Wait. Oh yeah, it does have online co-op. True. I haven't played it in online, but it does have online co-op. I have played a little bit of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Fantastic game, by the way. I just feel like it's a little bit weird for it to be in the multiplayer game. A game that I would like to have seen here would have actually been Remnant 2, because, you know, you can argue that a lot of Souls-likes have multiplayer options, stuff like that, but very few of them feel as well balanced for multiplayer as Remnant 2. I feel like this would be a decent, and I know I'm biased. Listen, I'm biased. I love Remnant 2, so there's going to be a lot of words that are going to be Remnant 2. But like, I feel like specifically in multiplayer, it would have been a worthy addition. I need to try out Baldur's Gate 3 in multiplayer. And as for Diablo 4, look, I think the game is pretty good, but at the same time, I don't think it deserves. I don't think Diablo 4 deserves the award for best multiplayer game. Not at all. Not even remotely close, in my opinion. Party Animals, I think, is something like that old game that I used to play, like Gang Beasts, I think. So that is pretty fun.
Street Fighter 6,
Street Fighter 6
Super
are
Mario
very
Bros.
good things.
Wonder.
So yeah.
The nominees for Best Art Direction are Alan Wake 2,
Okay.
Hi-Fi Rush,
Bro,
Lies of
Hi-Fi Rush is awesome. In terms of this is what again? Art direction? Yeah. Lies of P and art direction, I will stand by that. The art direction of that game is friggin' phenomenal. They do a fantastic job. I found the game to be incredibly immersive, and I love the story of it as well. So yes, even though I know that I have quite a few videos where I'm like, it's a love-hate relationship thing. When it comes to art direction, 1,000%. Lies of P is friggin' awesome.
P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
It's also
and
very
The
good.
Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. For Best
Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like it's maybe a little bit too similar to Breath of the Wild. I'm assuming that Breath of the Wild already got nominated for that. So in terms of the art direction, I would go for Lies of P. I think Lies of P actually deserves that one.
Score and Music, the nominees are Alan Wake 2, composer Petri Alonko, Baldur's Gate 3, composer Borislav Slavov,
Baldur's Gate is
Final Fantasy 16.
Soken! Let's go, baby! Dude, Final Fantasy 16 better win this.
Composer
A
Masayoshi
million
Soken.
percent.
Hi-Fi
million
Rush,
percent.
audio director
Hi-Fi Rush also very good. But I still think 16 sweeps.
Shuichi Kobori, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
It was also
composed by
it was very good. Like Breath of the Wild was very like undertone and whatnot. I feel like Tears of the Kingdom, they actually did a much better job. Particularly in some of the boss fights and whatnot. Like the last boss fight, I was like, bro, this soundtrack is just popping off. I did feel like the soundtrack of Legend of Zelda was very much backloaded. So like more towards the back end of the experience than necessary all throughout. But it was very, very good, yes. But I still, bro, 16 slaps. Like, Soken just slaps. Sorry,
Nintendo
bro.
Sound Team. The best audio design nominees are
Audio
Alan
design.
Wake 2, Dead Space, Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
Audio in Spider-Man 2 is excellent.
and Resident Evil 4. Best
I
adaptation
didn't play
recognizes
Resident Evil
excellence
4.
in authentically creating shows, movies, and other creative endeavors based on video game worlds and characters. Here are this year's nominees for Best Adaptation. Castlevania Nocturne,
Oh, so this is for
Gran
TV
Turismo.
shows.
The Last of Us,
I mean,
Super Mario.
there's not that many options. Let's just be real. There's not that many options. I don't really take this award too seriously, but if I was going to choose one of the ones they said so far, it
Brothers
would have been
movie
Super Mario Bros.
And Twisted Metal.
Yeah, Super Mario Bros.
For best narrative.
Super Mario Bros. Was amazing. I took my kids to see that. It was friggin' awesome. I love the movie. I actually had a couple of sections of that movie where I was like, I'm getting a little bit emotional almost. God damn. It's pretty good. They did a good job.
Nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate
Oh, this is
3,
best narrative?
Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Ooh, that one is rough. That one is rough, dude. Like, Spider-Man's good, sure, but to me, you're basically fighting between Baldur's Gate. I mean, I didn't play Alan Wake 2, so I can't really, listen, I'm a one-man operation, okay? I can't play every video game under the sun. I already did it, like, just thinking about all the games that I played this year, it is absolutely insane that I was able to play all those games. Not just play them, because playing a game is one thing, but live streaming the whole thing. The amount of games that I live stream in its entirety, like Armored Core 6, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Remnant 2, Tears of the Kingdom, Lords of the Fallen, Starfield, Spider-Man 2 I didn't, Lies of P, Diablo 4, Exoprimal, Jedi Survivor, Wolong, Wild Hearts, and I'm probably missing one or two other games that I played in their entirety this year. That was insane, But anyways, when it comes to this Best Narrative Award, man, it is rough. It is rough. Like, if I have to choose between Baldur's Gate 3 and Final Fantasy 6 in terms of narrative, it's the biggest problem with this is that I'm not the biggest fan of the story in Baldur's Gate 3, and a lot of people get upset with me when I say this because they assume that when I say I'm not the biggest fan, I'm saying the story is bad. That is not the case. I think the story in Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. I just don't think it's a story that I personally resonate with all that much. That doesn't mean it's a bad story. I want to make that clear. I think the story is amazing, but it's not for me, even though I want to revisit it at some point. So I think that for my personal, me personally, I would go for 16.
Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077.
And I never played Cyberpunk, so yeah, I can't really cast my
Phantom
vote there.
Liberty.
I know that Akalon would be like, play Cyberpunk! Cyberpunk's the best!
Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Games for Impact celebrates thought-provoking games with profound pro-social meaning.
I
This
probably
year's
haven't played any
nominees
of these.
are A Space for the Unbound,
Yep.
Chance of Sonar, Goodbye Volcano High, Chia, Terra Nil, and Venba. For Best Independent Game, the nominees
Indie games.
are Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge,
So I've heard that Dave the Diver is actually not an indie game because it's published by Nexon or whatever. I don't know the whole story behind that. Don't quote me. But I know that a lot of people have been debating what is an indie game. And to me, it's like, does it have a publisher? Okay. It has a publisher. It's not an independent game. Sorry. It's that simple.
Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. For Best
Out of all of those, from what I've seen so far, because I didn't play these games, but one of the reasons why I haven't played one of these games, which is
Dredge,
Sea of Stars, because this is a game that I'm super interested in, and I really want to play it, but I want to buy a physical version, and the physical versions haven't come out yet, so I haven't been able to buy one. Because I'm super interested in playing Sea of Stars, but I want to buy a physical edition of it, and so I haven't gotten around to playing it. That's the same reason why I haven't played Chained Echoes. I want to play Chained Echoes as well. No physical version. It's like, bro, let me buy a physical version for my Switch. Actually, the worst part, I've already bought a physical version of Chained Echoes, and it never got sent to me. I feel like I'm getting scammed. But yeah, I think I would probably, from all of what I've seen about these games, I'd probably shoot for Sea of Stars.
And Viewfinder. For Best Mobile Game, the nominees are...
We don't need this category because mobile games are garbage. They're garbage. I don't care. I know that there's going to be a lot of people upset, particularly because there's a ton of mobile gamers out there, but mobile games are garbage. Sorry, bro. It is what it is. So, yeah, don't care.
Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Honkai Star Rail.
Oh, yes.
Hello
Gotcha.
Kitty
On
Island
the go.
Adventure.
What the fuck?
Monster Hunter Now.
Wait.
And Terra Nil. Island Adventure.
I thought this was a meme. What the fuck? Boomer Rurikhan doesn't play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. No, I don't. Guess what? I also don't play Monster Hunter now. As a reasonably sized Monster Hunter content creator, I'm not going to play Monster Hunter now because I don't like mobile games.
Hunter Now and Terra Nil.
But tell you what, I hope Monster Hunter Now win. No, actually, do I? Because that might actually be a bad thing for mainline Monster Hunter. No, can I have, on the mobile game category, can all of them lose? I want all of them to lose. Is that an option? That's not an option? Okay, not bad.
Community support acknowledges the game for exceptional support, transparency,
Community support.
responsiveness to players. The nominees are...
Oh, I actually saw one of the games that was nominated for this yesterday. I engaged with that post on Twitter. Oh, no.
Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny...
See, I feel like Cyberpunk 2077 should have been more on the community support thing than necessarily ongoing game. I feel like for ongoing game, you could have had other things like maybe No Man's Sky, maybe Guild Wars 2, because Guild Wars 2 has been doing amazing things. I've actually been getting into Guild Wars 2, and it feels like Guild Wars 2 just flies under the radar. It feels like people just acknowledge the existence of two MMOs, World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV, and they don't really acknowledge the existence of Guild Wars 2. It's weird. But yeah, and then you have for community support, Guild Wars 2 could have probably been nominated here too.
Final Fantasy XIV and No Man's Sky.
Okay, No Man's Sky got nominated
now
for
it's
that.
time.
Okay, so first of all,
2077.
you guys are gonna get you're gonna get another one. That's right, Destiny fanboys, you're gonna get another one. See, I thought this was the best community support award, not the best community milking award, because that's what Destiny 2 does. It milks you like cows, like cattle. You're getting milked. It's like, hey, you want to buy a new expansion? Dungeons not included, bitch. Better get on that season pass. And the interesting thing is, the season pass isn't even enough, because I thought it was, but then people told me in the comment sections of my Destiny 2 video, it's like, no, bro, you got to buy the season pass and the dungeon key. Like, dude, how hard can you milk somebody? This is an absolutely terrible nomination. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I usually don't care that much about, nominations and awards and whatnot. I don't take that shit too seriously. But this one right here, I don't know who the fuck voted to get this thing best community support, especially after they fired all of their community managers. But, I'm just going to go ahead and say it like it is. This is a bullshit nomination, okay? This one right here, get bent. I don't give a fuck.
22. Final Fantasy XIV.
So out of this one, what would I pick?
No Man's Sky.
I think I'd actually go with No Man's Sky. Like, Endwalker is pretty good in their community support and whatnot and pumping out content. I mean, it's predictable, but No Man's Sky is doing some really good work with their game. They're doing good work. Even though No Man's Sky is not my favorite space game, they're doing some pretty good work.
Okay, now it's time for Best Debut Indie Game, which recognizes a development team that hasn't been on the TGA stage before. In fact, these teams published their first game in 2023.
Is the soundtrack by
Nominees
Mike
are
Gordon or something?
Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, and Viewfinder.
I haven't
For Best
seen any
VR
of these.
AR game, the nominees are Gran Turismo 7, Humanity, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse. For content creator of the
Oh, I've heard that. Not I've heard the stuff that I've seen from Synapse look really cool, but I never got a chance to actually play it. Synapse look cool. I'd probably go with Synapse, but I would have loved to see No Man's Sky mentioned there because No Man's Sky did like a rework of their VR stuff for PlayStation VR 2, and it's friggin' legit. It's really, really nice to play that thing in VR.
year, the nominees are Iron Mouse, People Make Games, Wackety, Spreen, and Cypher PK.
I know none of these people. You know that you're an out of touch content creator when I know none of these people. Sorry.
What's your most anticipated upcoming game? Remember, this has to be a game that's officially
Anticipated upcoming game, Dragon's Dogma 2. I mean, of course. And Dragon's Dogma 2 better be on that list.
announced. The nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
Sure.
Hades 2,
Yeah.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws,
Bro! Really? Really, dude? Ubisoft game number 57 or something? Assassin's Creed with a Star Wars skin, bro? Like, listen, I'm curious about Outlaws because I'm a fan of Star Wars, which let me tell you right now, it's a terrible thing to be, okay? If you're a fan of Star Wars, my heart goes out for you, man. I've been suffering right alongside you. It fucking blows, okay? Us Star Wars fans, we got to stick together because we keep getting the shit beat out of us by Disney. But anyway, continuing onwards, like, no, bro. You're really not going to give me Dragon's
and
Dogma?
Tekken 8.
You're really not going to give me Dragon's Dogma? Or Grand Blue Fantasy Relink? Bro!
Your nominees
Bro, these people, what the fuck, bro? I mean, I agree. Hades 2, like, bro, most anticipated,
Nominees
like,
are
games that are coming up.
Final Fantasy
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, sure.
VII Rebirth,
Hades 2, I think, also, because the original Hades was amazing. I played Hades before it actually released, and I really enjoyed what I've played of it. I'd never actually played the release version, but I think Hades is phenomenal.
Hades 2,
So, yeah, I agree.
Like a Dragon
I know that Yakuza has a significant following, so yes, it makes sense.
Infinite Wealth, Star Wars
But Star Wars Outlaws, bro? Bro, Dragon's Dogma 2, 1,000,000%. Get the hell out of here.
and Tekken 8. Your nominees for Best Action Adventure Game are Alan Wake 2, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda. I think that out of the other ones, probably
Marvel's Spider-Man 2,
Resident
Resident
Evil
Evil
4. I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, I believe that one
Star Wars
could probably
Jedi
win.
Survivor,
Jedi Survivors is good,
and
but
The
yeah,
Legend of Zelda
Tears of the
Tears
Kingdom is, in my
For
opinion, the best one out of
role-playing
those.
Game, the jury selected Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. Jury selected Baldur's Gate 3,
Okay. The nominations, according to the stuff that came out,
Final Fantasy
Feels fair.
16, Lies of
although Final Fantasy 16 is more of an action game. This is RPG, right? Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is more of an action game than an RPG, really. I mean, it does have quests and has roleplay elements, I guess, but it's mostly an action game. So I think that Baldur's Gate 3 takes that
P.
easy.
Sea of Stars,
Then again, so is Lies of P. Lies of P is much more of an action. I mean, it's also an RPG, I guess, but yeah.
and Starfield. In the category of Best Fighting Game, the
I don't really
nominees
do
are
fighting games.
God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon's All-Star
Mortal Kombat 1, where you can apparently now buy fatalities for like $12 or whatever.
Brawl 2, Rocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6.
I've heard very good things from Street
The
Fighter 6.
nominees
I'd probably
Best
go for that.
Action Game are Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon,
Yes!
Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2.
Dude, are you going to do me so dirty? You're really going to nominate both Armored Core 6 and Remnant 2 in the same category? I guess it's fair, but holy crap, that is rough, dude. I like both those games so much. Don't make me choose. Okay, I need to have two winners in the action category, okay? Both Armored Core 6 and Remnant 2 need to win. It is what it is. It is what it is. Wait, Armored Core 6 only got nominated for that? Is there no game direction? I mean, there's an art direction. Have we not seen game direction yet? I guess we haven't seen game direction yet. Maybe there's another award that they have for Armored Core 6, hopefully.
Available and enjoyable to more people. Selected by a special committee of accessibility experts, this year's nominees for innovation and accessibility are Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6.
Interesting.
Next up, Best Family.
I think that probably Spider-Man 2 is going to have the most accessibility options. So I'd probably go for that. But yeah.
Game. The nominees are Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. The Best Sim Strategy
Probably going to go for Wonder on that one.
Advance Wars 1 and 2, Reboot Camp, Cities Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage.
Engage was awesome. I loved Engage.
Pikmin 4. This year, these 5 games
I don't know
are
if it's the
nominated
best one, but Engage was friggin' sweet. I played Engage at the beginning of the year. It was friggin' sweet. Loved it.
for Best Sports Racing. EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2.
Actually, I don't know if the F1 was probably on. I apologize for that one. It's just I saw the EA logo and my instinct took over. I thought it was another EA Sports game.
Charge. And the Crew. Dota 2 Championships 2023 and Valorant Champions 2023. All right, you ready? It's time for our final 2 categories. Best Game Direction, which recognizes extraordinary creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. This year's nominees are Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake
Baldur's
is
Gate
sweeping
3,
right now, dude.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
My opinion, Baldur's Gate 3 should take this one out of all of the games. I think that Tears of the Kingdom is also a very excellent one when it comes to game direction. I was hoping to see potentially Armored Core 6 here, but Baldur's Gate 3 probably takes this one.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Here's the other thing. Like, I think Spider-Man 2 is an amazing game, don't get me wrong. Spider-Man 2 is just a traditional open world game. I don't really see like tremendous amounts of innovation. It does the whole thing that we've seen with GTA 5 where you swap protagonists and whatnot, and sometimes protagonists meet up and do things. But it doesn't really strike me as super innovative. It's a fantastic game. It's a really good game, but not like super innovative from a game direction standpoint, in my opinion anyway.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Same thing for Super Mario. Super Mario is really good. It's an excellent game. Doesn't really break any new ground in terms of game direction. So I think this should be an easy win for Baldur's Gate.
And the Legend of
Zelda. But Legend of Zelda actually does. And I know people are going to say, oh, it's just a Breath of the Wild expansion. What that tells me is that you didn't play the game. You just didn't play the game. Like the amount of stuff that you can do in Tears of the Kingdom and the amount of content that exists in Tears of the Kingdom and the way that it is presented to you, it is a significant departure from Breath of the Wild. The thing is, a lot of people, they look at footage from Breath of the Wild and they look at footage from Tears of the Kingdom and they're like, looks similar, same game. And it's such a brain dead take. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking say it. I don't give a fuck. It's a brain dead take. It really is. Because like if you actually played Tears of the Kingdom and you say that, there's just something wrong with you. So if you've played Tears of the Kingdom, you would recognize there is significant innovation there. Having said that, I would still go with Baldur's Gate.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, finally, on behalf of the jury, I am proud to announce the 6 nominees selected for outstanding creative and technical excellence. The nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards are Alan Wake 2.
Bro, Alan Wake 2 just like sweeping. He's like, I'm nominated. What are you nominated for, Alan Wake? Everything. God damn.
Baldur's Gate 3 from...
This is probably going to end up being my choice.
Larian Studios. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games. Resident Evil 4 from Capcom.
It's a remake. I mean, I know it's really good from what people say, but a little bit weird. Okay.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder from Nintendo. And The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom from Nintendo.
Okay.
And there you have it. Those are...
So... in this list, the 2 that I would be fighting for would be Baldur's Gate 3 and Legend of Zelda. And I think that Baldur's Gate 3 takes it there. There is another game that I would have liked to have seen there. I know I'm very biased. Remnant 2. I think, bro, a nomination would be so... oof. You know, it's obviously not going to do it because it's very much a niche game. But still, I think Baldur's Gate 3 definitely deserves that. So yeah. Yeah, sure. Baldur's Gate 3 should
your
win.
Nominees for the Game
Hopefully.
Awards.
We'll see.
A highly competitive year for sure, but who will come out on top? Well, you can help select the winners by voting now at thegameawards.com and on our Discord server. I hope you can join us live on Thursday, December 7th for the Game Awards. The TGA Orchestra will be back on this very stage, and as always, we'll pay tribute to our Game of the Year nominees. And yes, you can expect lots of news and updates on what's ahead for games in 2024 and beyond. So lock in your votes and get ready to celebrate 10 years of the Game Awards. We'll see you live on Thursday, December 7th.
Okay, December 7th, I'm going to be live streaming this whole thing. I was just thinking about something real quick. Like, for audio design, we don't even get a nomination for Armored Core 6.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Resident Evil.
Like, I feel like Armored Core 6 audio is friggin' out of this world. I don't understand. I feel like a lot of the games that I play just are not that I'm really sorry, my throat's kind of catching up to me. I feel like a lot of the games that I play and the games that I like are just not that well followed by the industry, like the media industry, mainstream media and all that. And that is probably why in a lot of these categories, we don't see more games pop up. Like I said, like Armored Core 6 should be in more categories, 100%. Remnant 2 should be in more categories as well. Final Fantasy 16 could potentially be in more categories. Yeah, I wanted to see more representation for Armored Core 6 and Remnant 2, mainly. And it makes me a little bit sad that we didn't see more representation for those two games, but... you know, overall, it's whatever. Like I always say, I don't take this too seriously. I think that people take these awards way too seriously, except for the Destiny one, okay? The Destiny one is disgusting. The fact that you guys are going to nominate Destiny for best community support when all it does is fucking milk its community and then they fired all of their community managers anyways. I think it's bro, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I usually don't take these too seriously because at the end of the day, people need to understand that, like, look, whatever games you like to play, those are the games you like to play. This is more so just the celebration of video games and an excuse for everybody to get together and celebrate video games for one night. I don't care if the show sucks. It doesn't matter to me. The reason I like the show as much as I do is because I hang out with my community. We're all on the stream. We're all making fun of whatever is happening. And we all get some new game announcements and trailers and shit like that. It's a celebration. That's what I care about. It's a cool show. It's a nice time to hang out with my community. That's what I care. I don't even care who wins or who loses. Obviously, I'll celebrate who wins, who loses, and I'll bitch about whoever whenever my games don't win. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's more so just a stream thing. We're all having a good time. And at the end of the day, the winners are the ones that we end up playing the most. That's the way that I look at it. Thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, bell, notification icon, all that jazz. And do remember, show up on the 7th of December and you can expect to see me live streaming this. At least I hope I can because, you know, with kids and whatnot, it's been very hard to keep up to my schedule. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.